Hey, Christine. Do we know what her funding is?
I have no clue yet, so I just worked out a best notes and we can copy and paste later.
All right, sounds good.
We're gonna have to license that song now.
What?
We're gonna have to license that song that you're humming.
Oh, really?
So,
Do you know what I'm singing?
no.
No?
No.
It's Mac the Knife.
Oh, okay.
So just call her.
Sure. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. You ready there, Josh? Okay.
If you can convince her to bring my kids down here, that'd be cool.
Thank you. They are moving. Come on.
Almost feels like my first day of doing things.
You have a backup just so they shouldn't have space to get in here.
Can I ask my
And then
phone?
I'm gonna repo. That way, if they decide to stand up and shake hands, I've got a good angle at it.
Are you gonna greet her?
Well, yeah, I usually do.
Yeah, I'm going to
So
Dodson
is she
House
just
right
gonna
now.
come in here? Can I go out or what do you think?
Yeah.
Probably, I'm speaking for Andi,
No.
I don't mean to do this, but I
Unless you can
probably
get
just
here now,
greet
I'm walking
here.
in right
Is
now.
that correct, Andi? You wanna just greet right here?
Odyssey House is downtown.
Yeah, let her come in the room.
Maybe you're.
Yeah, I'm
You
doing
got a
it
shot of
though.
her right now?
Oh, yeah.
So you can do it too, okay? You can do it, okay, Jenna? I love you, Kate. Just do it. You got this, okay, babe? Odyssey is fine, honey. I'll call you in a little bit, okay? I'll try. I love you. You got it, okay? I will. Okay, you got this, okay? Okay, I love you. I'm standing in front of the lady right now. Okay. I will. I will. Okay, I love you too. Bye. Sorry.
Hey, no worries, no worries. My name is Lydia.
I'm Trisha.
Nice to meet you. I'm a therapist here.
I'm really nervous.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. It's totally fine if you'll have a seat. So what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you look at these two. What they are is these are instruments that kind of help me get an idea of how you've been feeling the last 2 weeks, kind of in terms of your mental health, like depression, anxiety. So if you just think about how you've been feeling the last 2 weeks, and then fill this out for me, that'd be great. So you don't have to score it, I'll do that. But on this one, after you've filled these out, think about the ones that you circled, and then think about how difficult they've made it for you to function, and then kind of answer that last.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It's all right.
There it goes.
That'll work too.
Now with this last one, I hurt myself by using drugs. So what is that?
This is more of a. It's not the same thing as drugs. Drugs
Yeah.
is trying to cope with stuff, but.
Then no, I don't.
Okay. And then think about the answers that you did circle as an issue and how bad is it made it, how difficult is it made it, like dealing with other people, doing your stuff, your daily
Probably
routines.
difficult.
Okay. All right. So, just what I'm doing is kind of totaling this up. 6, 7, 8. So 21. And it's extremely difficult. So, kind of what this is saying, the results for this shows that you're having some severe depression or anxiety going on. Does that sound about accurate? Yeah. So, have you ever been diagnosed in the past with a mental health issue? Okay.
I've never really looked into it though, but I'm sure maybe that's one of my issues. I've never liked to admit it, but I'm pretty sure I have a lot of underlying issues. As far as that goes.
So, like, have there been any symptoms or anything in the past that's kind of been concerning to you?
I just get I get the efforts, I guess, as we call it. I just don't care about anything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't care about doing anything. I don't care about trying to be better. I just don't care. And that's really the only thing I don't know as far as anything else goes, but that's pretty much what I do.
Okay, but like some of the thoughts, the things that you circled, like, has this been kind of like something that you've been dealing with? Would you say all your life?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Okay, so it sounds like no official diagnosis in the past, but maybe there's some things that could be potentially. So there's some questions I need to ask you. They're pretty standard. So I ask everybody this. In the last 30 days, have you wished you were dead or that you could go to sleep and not wake up? Yeah? Okay. And the last 30 days, have you had any thoughts of killing yourself? No? Okay.
Not killing myself, but falling asleep and not waking up.
Okay. But not killing yourself. Okay. All right. Have you ever done anything, started to do anything, or prepared to do anything to end your life over the course of your life? No. Okay. So, okay. So what I'm hearing you say is you're having some suicidal ideations, but you don't have a plan, you don't have any intent. So
I don't know if it's suicidal. I just don't want to wake up sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it'd be easier. But like I've never tried to like do anything about it. But
Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty normal. So yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So and I think that's great. Like that you're not going deeper into that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Let's see. So what I would say is mild SI, because you are thinking, I wish I could go to sleep and not wake up, but there's no plan, no intent. Or intent. So you haven't done anything. Is there a history of suicide in your family? Okay. That's also good. So, have you ever tried to harm another person?
no,
No. Okay. How about yourself?
no. Just
Okay.
by using drugs. But other than
Just
that, no.
okay, but no cutting, no burning. Okay.
No.
Okay. Have you experienced physical, emotional, or sexual abuse as a child, teenager,
A
Adult?
teenager, a child.
teenager and child? Okay. So, which one of those?
An adult as well.
Okay.
I was in an abusive relationship for 4 years.
So, going back to childhood and teenagehood, like which one of those? Like all of them?
I was raped when I was a kid.
Okay. So sexually abused.
When I was 5.
Was it ever reported or treated?
I don't know. You'll have to ask my mom.
Okay.
I'm sure it was at 5.
Mhm. Okay, so unsure if it was reported. Were you physically or emotionally abused as well, or just?
Just
Okay.
physically.
All right, and then you mentioned as a teen. So which one of those as a teen?
I was raped when I was a teenager.
Okay.
I reported it, but nothing came of it because I didn't stick through it.
Reported.
I don't think there's a W in reported that.
Whoops, thanks. Yeah, my spelling's horrible. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, there can be, but I don't think there is.
You know, who was it? Like, you're a creative person if you can spell unique words.
Right.
So, yeah, I try to be very creative. Reported, didn't go anywhere. Okay. And then as an adult, you mentioned you've been in a domestic violence situation.
Yeah, I beat the crap out of me for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Was it ever reported or?
Oh yeah, he
Okay.
did 9.5 months in jail.
And you don't have anything to do with him now?
Well, he's my youngest 2 daughter's dad, so it makes it kind of difficult. But
Yeah, it does.
when he did his time in jail, he actually hasn't put his hand on me or degraded me since then. So,
Are you still together?
oh no,
Okay.
no.
Okay, good.
Oh no.
Okay.
I gave up on that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you in current danger or risk at all, do you think?
No.
Or no?
No.
Okay. Alright, good. Just want to make sure, because if it was an issue, like we do have resources we
No,
can.
no.
Okay.
It's not.
Alright, do you often feel hopeless or worthless?
Quite often.
Okay. And which of those?
Probably both.
Mm-hmm. And what goes through your mind when you're thinking like that?
I just know I can be better,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not, which makes me feel worthless.
All right. And do you know if there's a history of mental illness in your family?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most motivated, how would you rate your motivation to change?
Oh, it's definitely a 10.
Awesome.
I'm definitely up there. I am definitely wanting to change.
Okay.
I'm wanting to not feel the way I feel anymore.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, what makes you say that number?
I'm tired of killing myself.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live.
Killing yourself with drugs?
Yeah. And depression, maybe even. I never thought I was depressed before
Mhm.
until I realized there's a reason I'm using drugs.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times there is a reason for it. So there are multiple reasons. So, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, it could be coping with difficult things, and it sounds like you've had some things that have been pretty difficult, and you're trying to deal with it. So, okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna look at your treatment plan. So can you tell me when was the last time you used?
3 days ago.
How many days?
3?
3 days ago? On what did you use?
Oh, I used meth and
Okay.
alcohol.
Meth and alcohol? Okay. Okay. All right. About how much?
Oh, I don't know, just enough to get me drunk.
Okay. And how about the meth?
Just enough to get me high.
Okay.
How much to get you drunk? How much does it take?
Ooh, I don't know. I wish.
Probably
I
a
did.
fifth.
Mhm.
I drink mixed drinks, so
Mhm.
probably a fifth.
So
I'm
about
sorry to interrupt, but her PO is here and needs her to sign something. Do you think this is a good moment to just kind of
Yeah.
get her to sign something and come right
I'll
back?
just share my purse, you know?
I don't know, but you'll find out when you walk out that door and sign something.
Do I go now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still need to do your treatment plan.
She'll
Yeah.
still be on camera.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Hey,
go
Zach.
sign it.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Really nice
cool.
stuff
She
there.
can
Okay.
sign, so can the PO come here? We're not shooting.
Cut it?
Does she have her purse?
Cut.
I don't think it is.
Facility.
Get one.
So-
It's not good.
Speeding?
Wait, but I thought that there was smoking, I felt like there was smoking at the other place, at the
So,
courtyard.
courtyard.
What's the other place we've been at? We were
Did
there
you go to the
yesterday see
outpatient?
Paulina.
Did you
No,
go to the
it
outpatient?
was inpatient.
You going?
I
You going,
am.
Josh? All right, guys. This would be a marker.
I felt like I saw somebody smoking yesterday. It's like this, it's like a U shape and there's a pretty garden in the middle. And there's ducks and like a baby ducks. Come on,
it's
it's one
not.
of your campuses.
It is one of our campuses. I work out of the admissions.
I see.
So, yeah, so I don't go to the other facilities. I
There's
do
no
know.
smoking.
I do know that we do provide smoking cessation. We'll hook you up with those resources. But yes, we are required to be a smoke-free facility in campus.
Okay.
So yeah, so here we're gonna help you quit smoking. For
Can
while
I
you're
go
here.
have one more before I come in?
Um,
know.
usually the process is once you meet with us that you can't smoke anymore at that point. I think because of the circumstances surrounding this, we might be able to work something. So,
Please,
but I
because
can't.
I told her
Yeah.
the opposite.
Okay,
And
Yeah.
bought her that pack of cigarettes.
all right,
So,
gotcha. Yeah,
for me,
so
but you need
yeah,
to stay
she did.
and
She
treat
didn't
it.
know, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's our deal.
yeah.
You can chain smoke through cigarettes, but then you gotta.
hmm
Yeah, if I can do that, I'm good to go. So
Yeah.
can we do that then? Or?
No, let's do that in 20
So-
minutes when we are out of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna finish this up.
And you get a
and then-
smoke break and
mhm.
then you go.
Yeah. So okay.
Hey, look. I don't really want this on camera because my mom didn't know, but I quit smoking in September, and it is so hard. But then you just get past it. You
I'm
just get
5
past
years
it.
sober from smoking.
God
That's
damn
fine.
it.
Oh yeah, it was the hardest thing. And I quit 2 weeks before I started working at a inpatient psych unit for adolescent males in the juvenile
Oh, it just made it so much
So-
easier knowing I could smoke.
I quit in the middle of having to deliver a cut to Sundance. So
system. Oh yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can do this, Trisha. You can
Yeah.
do this.
I know
this
I'm not
is
gonna have my
possible.
phone. I'm not gonna have my cigarettes.
Well,
it's
can we
like-
talk to her? Can we tell her?
So what's gonna happen is there's
Ah.
a 2-week blackout. 2-week blackout.
Okay.
After that, you'll be able to have contact with your children.
2 weeks isn't bad.
hmm So you'll be able to contact with your children, and then you and your therapist are going to go over a list of people that you can talk with and stuff like that. Because the reason for this is we want to make sure that you're talking with like family members and
Man, it
friends who are going to
sucks.
be supportive.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, we don't want you to be talking with your dealers. Basically,
Well, yeah, I don't
what
want to
we're
talk to
saying.
them either.
Yeah, so but basically it's stuff like that. It's not, we're not saying, oh, you can't talk with your mom. No. If you have a good relationship
talk
and
to my
she's a
girlfriend.
support, yeah, of course.
When? In 2 weeks?
It's going to be 2 weeks.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
fine.
So
Do you want to take this then?
you do have, so let me talk you through the process. So what usually happens is after you're finished talking with me and we do your treatment plan, your initial treatment plan, you're going to talk with Samantha, who is going to go through more of your information. So going into more in depth with your use history and stuff like that. Okay. And then there's paperwork that you're going to need to sign. There's release of information that you need to sign for us for pay your the court system, your PO, and then family and friends that you feel comfortable having them talk with us about your information, because once you're in the program, if we don't have that release of information, we cannot talk with them to protect your privacy. So, and it's a law that we cannot break. So, so this is all for your protection.
Oh, it got really hot in here.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So, when you're finished with getting all of that stuff, you're going to meet with our onboarding crew. They're going to start talking with you about the rules and expectations of the house and the program, and you're going to get educated into pretty much Odyssey House. So
Okay.
there are different levels. You're starting with orientation. So this is when, you're still learning the process and what to expect and stuff like that. You're going to work with your therapist about, stuff that brought you here. So you're going to write your autobiography. And the autobiography is as in-depth as you want to be.
I'm starting to close down.
Okay.
Can I just tell you that right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Do you need a minute?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I just.
Mm-hmm. What helps you to relax?
Smoking.
Okay.
I can't go have a cigarette.
Not at this moment. But we could do breathing exercises if that's helpful. Very basic, just kind of deep breath, hold it for a second, and then
I
let
just
it go.
really thought I could smoke.
Mhm.
That's like what got me to come in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Sorry, I totally messed up. I didn't
It's
know.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done.
So
I'm fine.
it's, yeah. No, I hear you. It's a frustrating situation. It's just the reality that we have to work
Okay,
with.
it's fine.
Mhm.
For the funding and stuff, you guys
Yeah.
need to do that.
Yeah, we
right?
have to do it. Yeah. For
Okay,
that.
that's fine.
So because we want to help you guys, we said, okay, we'll do this.
Okay, that's fine. Now, what's next?
So, do you want to go on this, or do you want me to finish with the process of what you're going to go through?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want me to continue with what you're going to face, like within the program, or do you want to just continue?
Let's
with
just
the
do
pro-
this.
Okay. All right. So, any health problems that I need to know
No.
about? Okay. All right. So, when it comes to your mental health, kind of sounds like you may have some things. Like, what would you like to work on while you're here?
Well, that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps me remember what I'm asking. It's a prompt for me. I need prompts.
Yeah, I think my anxiety, depression, and
Mhm.
that's
It's
good.
kind of challenging for you. Okay. Okay, so how would you want to feel by the end of treatment, or be able to cope?
I would like to be happy and not be able to use drugs and doing that.
Okay. That's very good. That's good. So, I'm just going to straight up go with this one. So, what we're looking at is, it's called an LSI, which is a fancy term for we want to know what your risk is for incurring future legal problems. So, we want to help you reduce that risk. So, because it makes sense. We want you to, when you're finished here, you go out and, you don't have as much risk of facing legal problems.
Okay.
So we want to help you reduce that. So, like right now, what's been kind of getting you into trouble with the law?
Well, shoplifting is what I'm in trouble for now.
Okay. So shoplifting. And what do you want to see happen to reduce that risk?
Well, I don't need a job.
Okay. Need a job. Sounds good. So what do you think you could do in the next 2 weeks to kind of help you work towards that?
I just need to find. I want to do construction, so whatever I can do to do construction.
Okay. So one of the cool things about Odyssey House is that we have a work program.
Oh,
So
perfect.
because we want to help you get a job, because you're right, that is something that's going to impact whether or not you succeed. So we have contracts with a construction company, I believe, and a restaurant
There you go.
company. Yeah. So
Perfect.
I think that's a little bit later down in your process, but yeah, we'll help you get in contact with stuff like that, so you can start working again and get back into that habit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna erase this because we're not gonna worry about it.
How long is this program? Just asking.
So typically, well, The average stay is about 6 months. So, but there's factors that kind of go into that. Like if you have a relapse, if you leave against clinical advice, you kind of get restarted. It just sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get through all of your stuff.
Okay.
So, but generally speaking,
Well, I'm
we say
hoping
about
not
6.
having relapses or anything like that, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, it's definitely. I've been fortunate enough that like I've been here long enough. I'm starting to meet people that I did their assessment, and now they're going to be voyaging out of residential into our 1.0 program, which means they're going into sober housing.
Yeah,
and
what
stuff
happens
like
when I
that.
leave here? Because that's my biggest concern as well. Like, say 6 months, I'm just gonna be like,
We're not going to dump you on the street.
yeah, because that's my biggest fear. Like, I'll get all this behind me, and I won't have a place to live when I get done.
No. So one of the things that we work with you about is we're going to work with you on what's going to happen next
Perfect.
out of treatment. And
Perfectly.
typically what we look at is you voyage out, which is you go into our Voyager program. It's a special 1.0 program for residential clients who have graduated, if you will, from the residential treatment, and they're moving on
Okay.
back into the community. So they go to the Voyager program, and they're also going to go into sober living. We help them get into sober living.
Perfect. Okay,
So,
that sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm back on.
So, oh yeah.
Okay.
If you need help getting your GED, if you
I
don't
have
have that, we have a program that will help you
I
with
have
that.
everything.
So awesome. So do I.
Good. Yeah, I just need like a place to live, really.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my main thing is I
yeah.
can't figure out because they take child support,
Mhm.
and that's really hard. So as soon as I get
Mhm.
that taken care of, a place
Yeah.
to live, I think
Yeah.
things will be a lot better for me.
Mhm. So what we try to do is we try to address all of the different areas that are impacted by your substance use, and everything else. So we're looking at your mental health. We're looking at your biological. We're looking at currently if you're withdrawing, stuff like that. We're looking at your motivation or your legal risk. We're looking at your substance use itself.
Okay.
Kind of like getting to understand why you're using and how to address that. And then we're also looking at your employment and living area, and then
Okay.
also kind of your social environment. So if you have sober friends or not, if you have family that are supportive or if they're not supportive, and how can we address that? So we're looking at all of those different areas so that you are as successful as possible as we can help.
Okay.
So, but this is definitely, what you put into it is what you're going to get. So, if you're willing to give it all, we're willing to help you
Here I
every
am.
step of the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in Odyssey House, granted, it's mostly my experience, but I love Odyssey House. I love the people. I love the people we work with because, we're here for you.
All right, I got this.
Awesome. So when it comes to your substance use, what's kind of been what's been the issue? What's been going on? What's making it difficult for you to stop?
My living arrangements.
Okay.
Really.
So what's going on with your living arrangements?
I'm at the shelter. Being at the shelter is really hard. Everybody I knew was, addicts and whatnot. Not everybody, but most of the people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah.
Like
definitely.
my girlfriend, she's going into treatment. She's going into
cool.
Atherton.
Oh, okay.
So that's good for her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can still
So,
talk to each other. and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope so. I think one of the issues with drug use is that it disconnects us from our family and friends and everything. And so we want to help you reconnect.
Yeah.
And if it's a healthy relationship that's going to be good for you, then we definitely want to support that
As
relationship.
long as we're sober, it'll be.
So that's good. I'm glad you have somebody that you can talk to and everything.
Yeah.
So living arrangements. Is there anything else that's kind of been an issue for you with your drug use?
My kids, not being able to see my kids as often as I want.
Mhm.
It kind of makes me not want to have motivation,
So what's going on with your kids that you're not seeing them very often?
I'm using.
Mhm.
That's probably it.
Is there any legal involvements, like DCFS?
No,
Are they
just my
involved?
mom
No,
has
just
guardianship
your mom
over
has
me.
guardianship. Okay, so how did that come about?
I gave it to her when I lost my place
Okay.
because I didn't want to take them to the shelter,
Mhm.
and I didn't have anywhere for them to go.
Mhm.
I couldn't afford my rent once I got kicked out of housing, and
Mhm.
so I chose to ask my mom for her to take care of them.
That is so cool that your mom was able to do that for you and be able to keep them together and everything. So that's got to be really helpful for them and you
Yeah.
as their mom. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's cool that they're all together.
yeah, definitely. So, have you been able to see them very often?
I usually see them every week.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. So, like, what do you do during the week, like that you don't see them?
Or when I don't see them, or what do you mean?
Well, like, what does your typical week look like?
Nothing.
Mhm.
Just running around, just waiting for the day to come to see my kids, really.
Mhm.
Staying at the shelter,
Mhm.
hanging out there.
Okay.
I've been trying to find a job, but it's
Mhm.
really hard, so.
Mhm. So one of the things you're going to find that while you're in here is we have visitor hours, we have family therapy, and so you're going to be able to utilize them if you want. We also provide couples therapy, so if that's an option, you can do that. I understand you're going into our adult program, but we also have a parents program, which is pretty good because not only are we helping you with your substance use and everything like that, everything that I talked about, but we're also going to take the approach of helping you as a parent so that you're able to better parent your children as well.
That's cool.
Hmm. So if there's any possibility of you wanting to get into that, I would definitely recommend you talk with your therapist about getting transferred to that.
Okay.
So, and then I'm not sure if we'd be able to have all of them. You've got 4, right? Okay.
I don't want to take my kids into a treatment center.
You don't want them
No.
to be in?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, so maybe what we'll have you do is just stay in adult program then.
Not that I
Okay.
don't want my kids, please don't
No,
get me wrong.
no, I gotcha.
My kids are very happy where they are right now with my
Mhm.
mom. I do
Mhm.
eventually want to have them back into my life as
Mhm.
far as being their mom.
Mm-hmm.
Full time, I want that, but I don't
Mhm.
want to take them from where they are right now.
Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And especially if I can only have 2 or 3 or, no, I
Mhm.
don't want that.
Yeah,
No.
and that makes sense to me. That really
Yeah, no,
does.
because
So,
who do
and yeah,
pick, you know?
yeah.
I pick you, but not your sister and your brother.
Mhm,
No, I can't
mhm.
do that. No.
Oh no, yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. And actually, that's a really good decision as a parent. That's
Yeah.
a really good decision to make as a parent because you recognize that this would be difficult for them, and you know there
Their
would
life, I've already
definitely.
made their life hard enough.
Mhm. Mhm.
I know I don't want them. I don't want that for them.
No.
So that's not an option. So we'll just go ahead and keep me in the
All right,
adult part.
we'll keep you in the adult part. So, and you know I know that was I can see that was a hard decision for you.
Well, of course it is. I want my kids, but it's not something I want them to be involved in.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already screwed their life up enough with my addiction. I'm not
Mhm.
going to do that to them. I won't.
Mhm. And that's fine.
I won't.
That is absolutely fine. You do not have to. It is just something that we have, and some parents it is an option. But it sounds like it's not, and that's
Is there a
perfectly
tissue?
fine.
My nose is running.
I don't
Thank
see
you.
I have one. There we go. Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I don't want you
So-
to think it's because I don't care about my children, because I do.
No.
That's the reason I choose not to do
No.
that, though.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't think it's fair to them.
No. So one of the things about being a parent is that we have to make those difficult decisions. Even if they hurt us, we have to make the right decision for our children.
It hurts so
And-
bad.
Yeah, for you to say that, you know what, I don't want to pull him out of this situation. I don't want him to feel like, oh, I got left out. Maybe mom doesn't like me so much. I mean, you're doing absolutely right. Absolutely the right thing.
I kind of wish you would have told me I had that option.
So,
It's fine.
yeah.
No, they're doing very good where they are
Hmm.
with my mom.
That's good. That's good. That is so important. That is so important. I'm really, really glad that you have that support. So that is definitely going to be helpful.
Okay.
But you will be able to see them for the visiting time and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's good.
And yeah, and we will definitely work with you. So since your kids aren't going to come into the program, which again is fine, one of the things you can work with your therapist in therapy is perhaps like learning how like different parenting skills, like to build on what you already have.
Okay.
Okay. Because you definitely got some good parenting skills. We're going to help you improve and work on that. Okay. So, going back to this, so living arrangements, and then how, when it comes to your substance use, how would you like to be able to, like what would be your goal? What do you want to achieve by the time you're finished with our program?
What do you mean? I
So-
want to be sober.
Okay, you want to be sober, but like understanding why you use and how to prevent like, different
Probably, yeah.
coping skills
Yeah.
for preventing relapse. Okay. All right. So the goal would be, I want to. Do you want to understand why you use?
I think I already know why.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I want to stay sober.
Okay. So I want to achieve sobriety, and I want to know how to stay sober.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So to achieve sobriety and learn how to maintain that. Mhm. Yeah. So, what would you say, like, what would you say are some of your triggers for using? Like, do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know what causes you to use? Okay. All right.
I think just being alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's alone.
Okay.
Loneliness.
So, loneliness.
Yeah.
So, and how does that come into your use, do you think?
I just think that when I'm alone, I want to go use because then I'll have people around me.
Okay. You'll have people around you. Okay. So, loneliness. Would you say there's anything else that you could think of?
Not
Like
really.
any feelings? Okay. All right. Well, hey, that's a good start. So, the last one we're going to work on. Last one we're going to work on is addressing, this would be like kind of your environment. So this could be like your housing, unemployment, you know. So,
I need help with all that.
okay. Okay. So, problem is you need help.
Mhm.
Need help with housing and employment.
Yes.
Awesome. So, what is your goal? What would you like to achieve?
I would like to
for
have a place to live in full-time employment.
Okay. Excellent choice. To have a place and full-time employment. All right. Okay. So that's pretty much it.
All right.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, no.
Any concerns? Okay. So you got this. You totally do.
I do. Is this where I can go chain smoke or no?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless
All right,
is there
great.
anything
We were
you need?
figuring out how to have a lunch break, so.
All right,
Perfect.
sweet. There we go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So, and good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Wait, can we do that part again? Where you just leave, but instead of like to go smoke a cigarette, it's like, okay, you're gonna be great here.
Okay.
One of those phone hacking. Can we do that?
The
Yeah, let's
phone
do that
hacking
again.
thing.
Trisha, I'm
Dun,
gonna,
dun, dun.
I'm gonna have y'all just chat for a little bit.
Actually, not even a little bit. Don't be scared. We're just gonna pull the cameras out.
Okay.
And get one shot through the glass. It's gonna be awesome, and then we'll let you go.
Okay.
Okay. So first, let's do the fake goodbye.
All right.
So I'm gonna do.
Do you want me to ask again about like, is there any questions or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any questions for me? Any concerns?
Not at this moment. I do not.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do good.
All right. I think you will.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and I have a lot of hope for you. So, good luck.
Thank
You
you.
got this. And you know, if there ever comes a time, from the time you're here to the time you leave, if you're in this area, stop by and say hi. I'm
All right,
always
thank
glad
you.
to see you guys.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, now you gotta come back in for a second. That's fine, that's totally fine. She walked out of the frame.
Did we just cut?
We are cutting.
Okay, can I help you? Oh,
We're getting a shot through here.
okay.
Yes, you can open these
Do you want the
blinds.
blinds? Yeah.
Oh no, I
back
love
of
it.
there
This is
again?
great. It makes me feel so much
I love the
better.
magic of cinema. You don't have to do any of the real thing. You can just talk to her about her pets and kids if you want.
Oh,
You're
I guess
faking
we could
it.
just
You're
talk
faking
about
it till
your-
you make it.
whatever, pets and kids, she said.
Pets and kids.
Because we didn't get the money shot, I guess.
Oh, I knew. I
Yeah,
did
did
what
you know
I
what they're
could.
doing?
Yeah, I
right?
know what they're doing.
They're doing a documentary. Yeah, I think it's
getting
really
a
cool.
shot.
They're following your story.
Yeah, I think it's cool too that I get to be part
Like
of
everybody
it.
else. We don't need
So,
sound or anything.
yeah.
It's actually kind of motivating knowing that they're,
Except me.
you know, they're there to
Good
do
old
this.
me.
Because honestly, if they
Come
weren't
on.
there, I don't know if I would have came
Yeah.
as soon as I did.
You alive?
But my PO said she was gonna have me come anyways, so but, you know, I don't think I would have came.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Yeah, like when it comes to the people that come in here, like there are varying different reasons why they come and why they're doing it. I
They
think,
could get her departure.
like honestly, for myself, like I mean, yeah, it's great if you're like, oh yeah, I want to do this, blah blah blah. But I think I really appreciate it when I have clients that come in and say, look, I really
I guess
really
the
don't. I'm really
shares are
questioning
fine right
or,
there.
you
Well, I'm
know.
questioning it still, but I have
Oh
to.
yeah, for
Because I want to
sure.
live. Like I said, I
Yeah.
want to live.
Shot.
And you've got 4 beautiful kids
I
to
do.
to
Gorgeous
motivate you
kids.
as well. Yeah. So yeah, the funny thing about motivation, and this is the same for everybody. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have times where it goes really well and times where it's really a struggle, and that's okay.
Yeah?
So yeah.
All right.
And they're gonna be when it's like recovery and stuff. There are gonna be times when you're doing really well and times when you really struggle. And really, you know, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. It's how many times you pick yourself back
Yeah.
up and keep going. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't use when I fall down.
Smaller,
That's
medium,
what
or
I was
both?
told, not to use when I
Let
fall
me
down.
try them both.
Yeah. You know, and it's gonna be a
Small.
process. It's gonna be a process.
Yeah.
I know for myself, like when I stopped smoking, like it still took me a process. Like there would be times when I would get triggered and I'd be like, I just
Yeah.
wouldn't. You know, the worst one, like I actually, it was a really struggling day at my job, and I asked my coworker for a cigarette and a lighter, and he's like, "Are you sure?" Because he knew I was quitting. He's like, "Dude, just give it to me." So he's like, "All right." And I walked out and I went into where my car was parked in the parking lot, and I sat down and I looked at the cigarette and the lighter. I was like, "Am I really gonna do this?"
All right.
And I was just like, and like I talked with myself my entire break about whether or not I was going to do it. And finally I said, okay. And I took it back and I said, thanks. Gave it to
Cool.
him. Yeah.
I think we can.
So,
Do we get up there?
I don't know. Are we good?
Yeah, here's what we want to do though. We want to do her walking in and sitting down with you, and then walking out. Just that.
Okay.
And then we'll have the scene.
Sweet.
Okay, so you don't know where we are.
I just go in.
Just go like this. Just come from up here, maybe.
Okay.
You were on your phone. I don't know if we
Yeah, I was on my phone when I was
Okay.
want
going.
to just kind
Just be
of
on your phone.
on your phone and
Yeah.
hang up
Yep.
as you walk in.
Do you want me to do that again?
Yeah, just
Yeah, you don't have to literally be on your phone. You're good right there. You're good.
Hi.
I'm back.
So good to have you come.
Thanks.
I need it one more time because I'm to take Charlie.
What?
One more time.
Two take.
let's go ahead and get the coming out now.
We can get the
Shake
coming out though.
hands.
That's true.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Good luck.
Awesome. And then come on up. Oh, you have to come up on your phone. But from down there is really cool. It's a great shot. I'm sure that relieves you. That I have a great shot.
Perfect.
Ooh, whole.
I have an amazing shot.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
All right.
We're good.
You guys want to shake hands again before you get
I
up?
liked it.
Yes, thank you.
We got it great.
All right. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
I don't know when this one flew backwards, but. Are you psyched except for the smoking part?
Yeah. Do I just keep going or?
Thanks for being a good sport with that.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
really
I don't know what to
sorry.
do now. Do I
I
go?
swear to God.
It's okay.
Come smoke with us.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna
Lord
keep
God.
going and do work downstairs.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, the stairs do look awesome.
I bet.
They look great. It's when you're at the top of them and you're like, ah. That's when you question it. At least that's when I question it. I don't know.
Thanks so much for working with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That was, wow.
Pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, it was. Did I put my name in that? I can't remember. No, you don't.
What did we do to your office? This chair.
So I hope
Hey.
that was
It was
what you
great.
guys needed.
It was so great.
Here.
Awesome. Do you want your equipment from me?
Hey,
Oh.
so 2 weeks. Did you?
Something to remember y'all by. Huh?
I won't be able to talk to anybody for 2 weeks. This is a non-smoking place. I'm outside chain smoking right now. I just got checked in.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Are you going to Atherton? Then what? Yeah, don't come to Odyssey, okay? I don't think it'll benefit us if we're in the same place.
Hi.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, definitely.
In there?
No, you
No, I
can,
don't-
Jenna.
I
Please,
was the
by
last
all means,
one.
if you think this will be better for you, then come here. But
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna.
I think for us personally, we should do our separates and then come
Yeah, so
together.
let me know.
Where's our bag of camera? That camera bag in the back? Oh, great. Thank you.
I'm filming. Are we rolling sound?
Hold your mic.
I told you not to pull the mic.
We have to. We gotta go. We can't make the 4 o'clock shoot if we don't pull it mic.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, you guys gotta go.
It's just bullshit. Go. Call.
Okay, I'm going.
Make sure it's on speaker. Because God knows they pulled my mic. What does it say on your bracelet?
This one, it says pay it forward.
Hello?
Hi, Mom. Hey, I'm still here with the film people, and I'm wondering if there's any way I can. Are the kids with you yet?
I know she's in a final exam for his, I don't know, camping with Wilmer. I'm not even sure. What are you doing?
Well, I'm getting ready to check in. I won't be able to talk for 2 weeks, I think.
Well, that's all right. Just go check in. Get done. Do what you gotta do. Let me know what.
Okay. Well, kiss them and tell them I love them. Okay. Let them know what's going on so they don't think I just left.
Oh, you want them to tell me that you started doing drugs again, relapsed, and that you're in Odyssey House?
No, I would like you to tell them that I have checked myself into inpatient and that I'm going to get better.
Oh, okay. There's what you're saying. All right. Well, good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I can see how that makes you feel alone.
See?
Yeah. I can totally see that. I'm really sorry. You're not alone though. You're not. And you handled it really well. Hey, you handled it really well. She said that snide thing. And you were just told her exactly what she should say. And what you told her to say is exactly right.
Okay, I'm not alone.
You're not alone. You can do it. You're going to do it. This is the time you're going to do it now.
Yes.
This is it. And you're going to reunite with your girlfriend. She's going in. You're going in. Everything's aligning. You see it? You can see it. And you're not going to be alone. Like, there's really, I don't know if you could tell, but there's like really good people here.
Yeah, the ladies, they seem nice here. I'm gonna smoke my last cigarette though.
What?
I'm gonna smoke my last cigarette.
I saw a lot of people in outpatient. Once you get out, a lot of people smoke.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to go back to it if it's important to you. But you might
I don't
want to
know.
stay off
I
it.
think I might want to stop that as well. For my kids, they know that cigarettes are gonna kill me. They know they're bad for you, so I think if I just stop, if I'm in there for however many months and I'm not smoking, I might as well just stop it all the way. Yeah.
You realize how exciting your life's going to be sober, working construction
I know.
with your
I'm
kids?
so excited. It's scary. It's so scary, but I got this. I can do it.
You're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You're going to be an example. You're going to stand there after the movie for a Q&A with me. You're going to tell everybody how you did it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All
I'm
right,
ready
they're going to
though,
make
I'm
me
ready
go
to
to the
go.
fountain now. What?
I'm ready to go too. You guys are ready. I'm ready.
Oh, you got to finish your cigarette, right? I got to
This is
tell.
Zach
I
Binder.
got to tell
I'm
Paulina
the
that she's.
producer of the documentary.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to. Well, we'll just talk about it on the way to the airport. Yeah.
You guys dropped them your pins today.
Paulina?
Is that ours?
I think so.
Gandhi. Hi. Hi, Paulina. How are you?
Thank you.
I'm pretty good. Having a crazy day. Went and visited a mother of some children that I filmed some time ago and at jail this morning, and we just got her checked into Odyssey. So pretty excited about that. And we're off to the fountain, and then we're off to the airport. And I wanted to call and just try to convince you to come to the fountain because it's going to be a really special experience. Because Suzanne made this artwork with your eyes, and she's going to float it in the fountain, and every single other person's coming but you. And you're one of my favorite people. So I was just like, give me her number so I can call and try to convince her. That's why I'm calling. And you take like 30 minutes and just come to the fountain.
Yeah, so.
All right, Dave. Thank you for everything, and good luck, and be in touch.
For making me come basically. For holding my hand, because I don't think I would have done it without you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Driving. Driving, so his car might stay back.
All right, let's go, guys.
Do you know for how long?
Where you going?
In your birthday or oh, this one we're telling on Monday.
I want to grab my garbage. Sorry.
I don't litter. Mom called and said the bank is coming to, the bank is repossessing it. So Monty.
All right, did you ask him that?
So he was going to call the guy at Wells Fargo to see if they wanted.
Text him to you. Okay.
Somebody wants to.
Present,
She's
sir.
so excited. Oh, I should tell her that?
You should tell her that. Tell her. You have amazing. I don't know if you guys are what your status is, but amazing.
Anyway,
Basically, we fell in love like a lot. We fell in love like